Hi, welcome to 7 Facts. Here you'll find the most awesome collection of facts about every single country on Earth. In this episode, we'll take a look at South Australia. Check out this playlist to see the rest of the series. Before we begin, click the subscribe button if you want to see more videos like this one. I upload twice a week, so it'll be worth it. South Australia is, well, in the south. It is a huge state, about twice the size of Spain. But by Australian standards, it's only ranked as the 4th largest state. All this territory is inhabited by only 1.7 million people. Not only that, but South Australia is the most centralised state in the country. Roughly 75% of their entire population lives in and around the capital city. To understand what this means, check out the population density. While in Adelaide there are about 409 people living per square kilometer, in the rest of the state you'll only find a mere 4 people per every 10 square kilometers. This state's colonial history is different from the others. South Australia didn't begin as a penal colony, but as a freely settled British province. The guiding principle behind settlement was that of systematic colonization. The goal was to establish the province as a center of civilization for free immigrants, promising civil liberties and religious tolerance right from the get-go. The plan for the province was that it would be an experiment in reform, addressing the problems perceived in British society. How well this experiment turned out to be will let the historians to answer. But I do want to point out that today, while when compared to the other Australian states, South Australia is not the best performing, when compared to the rest of the world, this place is one of the most prosperous and most developed regions out there. Adelaide is the capital and of course the largest city in South Australia. Right from the start, Adelaide was purpose-built to be the capital of the British province. It was in this area at the site called the Old Gum Tree that the convict-free British colony was proclaimed. Today, Adelaide is a major cultural centre and hosts some of the biggest and most important art festivals in the world. In total, there are about 20 major festivals in the city every year, so there's certainly no lack of things to do here. Of course, being a major Australian city, it's also one of the most livable ones in the world in terms of quality of life. In 1872, Adelaide was the first Australian capital city to be connected by telegraph with London. Before that time, the Australian colonies had to rely on ships to carry news and mail between Europe and down under, which typically took anywhere from 2 to 5 months to arrive. After a mammoth operation that took years to complete, the Overland Telegraph was finally finished on August 22, 1872. Charles Todd, the superintendent of telegraphs, sent the first official message from London to Adelaide that day, and from then, the information travel time between London and Australia was effectively cut down to just under a week. Think about that the next time you complain about your internet speed. South Australia is the driest state on the world's driest continent, a fact that becomes evident on a visit to Lake Eyre National Park. This vivid, stark landscape is home to Australia's largest salt lake and the lowest point in the whole country. The Lake Eyre Basin covers 1/6 of the continent and stretches 144 kilometers long and 77 kilometers wide. Lying in the outback of South Australia, Lake Eyre is the largest salt lake in the world. But while it does flood periodically, it's normally bone dry. So, of course, the lake bed has been the location for many attempts at breaking the world land speed record. What if I told you that there's a country out there for cows? Sounds stupid, right? Well, there kinda is. Anna Creek Station in South Australia is the world's absolute largest cattle ranch. It covers an area of over 23,000 square kilometers, which makes it larger than Israel. The number of cattle fluctuates depending on climate conditions, but in the last years, there were about 8 to 10,000 cows raised within the ranch. But if conditions are good, that number can go as high as 17,000. And yet, less than 20 people actually live and work in this station, which is insane if you think about it. They use light aircrafts and trail bikes to spot and round up the thousands upon thousands of animals. Even this far in the south, you can still find a small piece of Germany. The small town of Handorf is Australia's oldest surviving German settlement, having been founded in 1839 by villagers from Prussia. Walking around the streets of Handorf, you'll find the distinct feeling that you are somewhere in Western Europe. Many buildings are half-timbered German-style stone or brick constructions with steeply pitched roofs. So, then it's no wonder that this small town is one of Australia's prime tourist destinations. Just take a look at some photos on Google and you'll see why. These were 7 facts about South Australia. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe. Share your thoughts downstairs in the comment section, and afterwards check me out on Facebook and Twitter. A good way to offer more support to this channel is through Patreon, link in the description. I hope to see you next time. Bye.